Leadership, sustainability, and organization culture are very fashionable words in the world of business. But does the business community understand them? Or should I ask, do you use this way of approach in running your enterprise? That is the topic of our discussion in this week's edition of Business Foresight. Remember, the entrepreneur segment starts us off, and we look at what it means to have leadership in your business and how profitable or economically important is that going to translate. We'll be talking to a gentleman later on. His name is Dr. Federico, an Italian by origin, and he'll be talking to us about ethics in business and just how ethical a business can be and how profitable it could be as far as running an enterprise ethically is concerned. He's written certain publications and certain books which he will be explaining to us later on in the show. My name is Zawadi Mudibo, and this is the program that sharpens your acumen in business. Don't go too far.
Welcome to this powerful moment, Business Redefined. Thank you.
Modern-day companies in Kenya today are upping their game and are all trying to diversify their product offering with an aim to secure longevity and sustainability as they pursue their strategic plans. And that is why you may refer to as leadership through vision.
We have interfaces and mechanisms with the parliament, with the judiciary, and with the presidential roundtable. And the idea is that you as business people have a platform and an avenue where you can get your voice heard. Firstly, at the sector board, where as a sector you can discuss what are the things that are bottlenecks in our sector.
They say a few things done successfully and effectively are most often more effective than more things done partially or poorly. And you may be wondering, just what are some of the advantages that can be drawn by effective leadership and embedded strategic sustainability? As a business leader and entrepreneur, you need to specifically look at what you need to mobilize, engage, and excite employees for growth and sustainability. Strategy is defined as the organization's conception of how to deal with its environment.
We work with grown-ups who want to unleash their potential. We have various programs, one of them known as Unleash Your Power, the power within, unleash the power within you. And this is where people do great things. First, they discover what really holds them. Because, for example, if you want to be an entrepreneur, what is holding you is not lack of money. Most people think it's money, but really what holds you, it's certain things, mainly conditioning that you went through during your life, and that becomes your limiting factor, or what limits you from getting great results.
If the planning team has done its work effectively, it is expected there should be a set of solution-oriented questions. The next step will then be to have in planning process a model of strategies to answer those questions. In this case, there should be corresponding strategies on each major issue. This we may term a strategic initiative. It is strategic because it takes advantage of opportunities and guards against threats.
We invite investors into our businesses. What's the likelihood of our business being bought out by the investors? Probably you come in as 10% shareholder, and then it goes to 60% shareholder, and you cannot provide more finances. It goes to 80, and before you realize it, you are bought out of your own business. How do we protect ourselves, and especially the youth who are startups and with brilliant ideas, so they see their future and also help other youth to come on board?
Listening to people here, the underlying factor that is holding people here is what's been mentioned over and over here. Here again, it's been mentioned over and over again, fear, right? All the questions are fear-based. And if you're operating from fear, honestly, you not go far. Okay, so if you want to be successful, you've got to put fear aside. But let me explain a little bit about fear, because it's not so easy to put it aside. Fear is a good thing. When a lion comes into this room, fear really works, because it helps you produce adrenaline and cortisol, and you leave this room without realizing how you got out, right? So that's a good thing, and it was created to help us get out of danger. But then we're no longer living in an environment where there are lions all the time, or people chasing us for us to be their food, or animals chasing us for us to be their food. Now, what has happened is that the fear, how we are using fear now, is for things that could go wrong. Okay? Somebody is going to steal my idea. Hardly anybody is going to steal your idea, because people are probably having the same fear themselves, that they may not succeed. So if you don't share if you don't share your idea with other people, or you decide I'm going to keep it or never start so that nobody steals it, then you've lost it. You're going to die with the music.
Strategic development is probably the most difficult step to fathom due to the fact that it is highly conditioned by specific nature of the enterprise.
So I'm encouraging you that for you to succeed as an entrepreneur, get plugged in and sink your roots into supportive organizations. If you're not in one, create a forum, exchange ideas, invite people the way we are doing. All I'm saying here is this, friends. If you can feel it in your heart, you're meant to do it.
If you're looking to develop your enterprise strategically, here's some of the common steps to consider keenly. Firstly, brainstorm about possible alternatives for responding to major issues.
I'd like you to give a 7-minute presentation of
Which is why WTV has partnered with many other organizations and entrepreneurs across Kenya to introduce the concept Business Redefined, which is a platform that brings together entrepreneurs and business leaders or leaders in business to share experiences, learn, and plan how to grow their enterprises. You don't want to miss being a part of this venture. And so to the 5 major points. 1, examine constraining factors that limit freedom to choose and implement solutions. Secondly, subject the most promising alternatives to further analysis for feasibility and acceptability. Select one or more alternatives to become strategic initiatives to respond to major issues. And finally, identify sequences of actions such as next year, in the next 3 months, 4 months or 6 months, or next year but one. That will help propel you to initiate implementation of chosen strategies. And as you begin to brainstorm on possible alternatives, it is time now to take the first break. We will be returning with the Expert Corner.